This is for Stuart Lockwood. I'm going to make a Bannock. I'm basically going to make it in a Pathfinder skillet, and I'll probably do it dry, not putting oil in it. A lot of people put oil in the pan, but I'm going to do this one dry. Reason being, the Pathfinder skillet has a really thick base, and when you get it hot, it stays hot. If anybody's got a Pathfinder skillet, you will realise that when you cook anything in it, the base stays warm, the sides get really, really hot and tend to burn things. That's the problem with a Pathfinder skillet, but for open fires, it's good. I'm going to make a mix first, pretty basic mix. I've got a bag full of self-raising flour and powdered milk, and I'm going to mix that up with some sugar and some sultanas. Quite a dry mix, but I'll show you now. And then I'm going to heat up the pan. I've got my TGM fire anchor with me. Makes life a bit easier than balancing things on top of logs. So I'm going to heat up the base, put it on. So this is for you, Stuart Lockwood. And let's face it, I hope this doesn't turn out like the last two things I made, because they were crap. I always found when you're making Bannock or any kind of mix, I always seem to put too much water in. Put the first bit in, and then you think, oh, that's nowhere near enough. You put a bit more in and it's too much. And the thing is with Bannock, you don't need it, you just mix it. Because when you're kneading, you're knocking the air out of it. And the great Ben McNutt of Woodsmoke, and then what's he called now, Wild Human, taught me that. Right, we're getting there now. That's about the right consistency. Yeah. I'm going to put the pan on the fire now. So I'll leave the flames pick up and really warm the bottom of that up. Yeah, that's a nice stiff mix. No, it doesn't stick anymore. It's still a little bit sticky. That's what you're looking at. I'm going to dust the top and then dust the bottom. The spit test. And my pal Scott thinks I'm a filthy bugger when I do the spit test, but I know the pan's warm enough then. Now the trick is with this, when you see it starting to rise, flip it over. There's a little bit too much heat there now, so I've lifted it up a bit. No breeze at all here today. It's still. It's really nice actually. It was a bit nippy this morning, but it's nice now. Well, I'm going to give that pan now another 5 minutes with the coals on the top, and then I'm going to check it. I made a mistake. I should have put a bit of flour down, or put a bit more flour on the bannock. I was being a bit keen. Do you like my new hat? Thank you very much to Kermit and Amy for my new hat. It was a gift from them and I really appreciate it. It was the knife I sharpened up the other day, so thank you for doing that. Alpaca wool. I think it's meant to be worn like that, but I got quite a small head, and if my ears are covered I'll get too warm. So thank you very much for the hat. Massively appreciate it. Done. I'll leave it cool for a bit now. I think that's ready to eat. Well, it smells good anyway. Let's see if it's done. Oh yeah, that's good. I think the mix was a little bit wet. I've done this before, and I've actually done this on the top of my tent stove as well. And as long as it's quite dry, you can flip it back and forth and it cooks really even. Well, that isn't too bad. That's how it should be. Stuart, I hope you enjoyed that, pal. It is lunchtime. This one is not going in the hedge. There you go, Stuart. How I prefer to make bannock. Hope that question has been answered for you. Well, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thumbs up is always appreciated. Ta-ra. Now I've got all these fucking pans to clean up, haven't I? The unglamorous realities of cooking in the woods. I'll wash it properly when I get home. And yeah, just as I thought, I put that little bit too much in. Oh shit.